There are 7 Kennedy half dollars that appear completely ordinary, yet they are so rare and most valuable that a single discovery can transform a simple collection into a treasure. Watch closely, because one of these 7 may be in your hands right now, and this information could change everything for you. Number 1. There is a United States Kennedy half dollar that almost no collector has ever seen in high grade, a coin that looks ordinary on the surface, yet has stunned buyers with a price that still surprises experts. And that coin is the ultra-rare 1972 with D mint mark Kennedy half dollar, a date and mint that most people ignore until they learn the truth about how rare this coin becomes in exceptional condition. This coin came from the Denver Mint during the early 1970s when the United States was changing rapidly, when collecting interest was rising, and when the Kennedy half dollar was still new in American pockets. But the reason this particular year and mint mark matters is all about surviving quality, because circulation destroyed most nice examples. The 1972 D Kennedy half dollar is made of copper and nickel clad over a pure copper core. It weighs 11.3 grams, and it measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter. Yet even with millions of examples issued, extremely high-grade survivors are almost impossible to locate, and collectors will pay strong money for top-condition coins. The reason this coin is so rare is simple. People use these half dollars for spending money. They took damage in circulation, they developed contact marks and dull surfaces, and almost nobody saved original rolls. So today the challenge is to find sharp strikes with clean fields and bright luster that have not been worn by decades of handling. To identify the coin, start with the obverse and check for a bold 1972 date beneath President Kennedy, then look to the left side below Kennedy's neck for the D mint mark, a small but important stamp that confirms the Denver origin, and do not confuse it with the no mint mark version from Philadelphia. To judge your coin, tilt it under direct light and look for clear hair details above Kennedy's ear, strong lines in Liberty, and smooth fields without heavy marks, because damage lowers value quickly, and collectors want original mint look, eye appeal, and sharp design features. If your example looks promising, use a magnifier to study the reverse and check the eagle's wings, shield lines, tail feathers, and lettering around the rim for sharp definition, because coins that show crisp detail and rich luster may be worth professional grading. The physical condition must be assessed carefully. So compare your piece to certified images online and consider sending it to a grading service if it appears mint state quality, because grading authentication confirms the coin's status and protects its value. Now the most exciting part, the highest verified auction sale for this date stunned collectors when a top-grade example reached more than $2,000 through heritage auctions, proving how desirable this coin can become at the upper levels of quality. But if a perfect grade example were to appear, a flawless showpiece with blazing luster and razor-sharp strike, experts believe it could reach well above $5,000, because perfect condition coins are icons in the Kennedy series. There is also the possibility of a rare error, such as an off-center strike or a major double die, and if one of those dramatic mistakes were confirmed in mint state, the value could push past $10,000. Because major errors combined with rarity create enormous collector excitement, every coin must be checked with care, and every viewer should know that millions of average pieces exist, but ultra-high-grade survivors are extremely scarce, and that is why collectors hunt this date, because the right example can change a collection forever. So take a moment to look closely at your 1972 D Kennedy half dollar, because what appears to be an ordinary circulating coin may be a hidden treasure waiting for the right set of eyes to discover its real story and true potential. Number 2. There is a United States half dollar that looks completely ordinary to the eye, yet in the right condition it has shocked collectors with real auction prices that most people will never believe, and that coin is the 1971 D mint mark Kennedy half dollar, a sleeper rarity hiding in American coin collections everywhere. This coin was struck at the Denver Mint during a major change in United States coinage, because 1971 marked the first full year when the Kennedy half dollar no longer contained silver, yet millions were made for regular circulation, and almost none survived in exceptional grade. The 1971 D Kennedy half dollar is copper nickel clad over a pure copper core. It weighs 11.34 grams, and it measures 30.61 millimeters in diameter. But those numbers do not tell the real story. Because true rarity comes only from condition and quality, the reason this coin is rare is simple: almost every example circulated, lost luster, suffered contact marks, and became dull, which means original mint glow and sharp detail are extremely difficult to locate today, especially in grades that collectors truly want. To confirm your coin, check the obverse beneath President Kennedy's portrait for the date 1971, then look just below the neck for the small D mint mark that identifies Denver production. Because that tiny letter is the key to this specific coin. To judge condition, tilt the coin under bright light and examine Kennedy's hair above the ear for sharp definition, then study the fields for smooth, glowing surfaces with minimal marks. Because clean presentation and eye appeal are what drive serious value. Now look at the reverse and focus on the eagle's wings and shield lines. Because crisp feathers and clear rim lettering show whether the coin is truly mint state or simply average. And strong detail is required for top grade certification. Once you finish your first inspection, compare your coin to certified examples from professional grading services, and if it appears mint state, consider sending it for authentication, because a graded example can prove its status and protect its value. Here is the moment every viewer waits for. The highest verified auction price for a 1971 D Kennedy $50 reached more than $13,000 for a certified mint state example sold through a major auction, a real price paid by a real buyer. For comparison, the Kennedy $50 that has sold for the highest price in United States history is a special 1964 striking that brought more than $108,000 at a major auction, and that record remains unmatched in this series. Some internet channels claim that regular Kennedy $50 like the 1971 D sell for millions, but those numbers are not verified auction prices, and no regular circulation strike has reached anywhere near that figure. Because real market data tells the true story. If a perfect grade 1971 D were discovered with flawless surfaces and blazing original luster, experts believe it could reach well beyond $20,000. Because perfection can rewrite expectations and change collector demand. If a dramatic mint error surfaced on a 1971 D, such as a silver planchet strike or a powerful double die in mint state, the price could climb past $30,000. Because rarity and error combined create extraordinary excitement. So look closely at your 1971 D Kennedy $50. Because even though most pieces are common, the right example in the right condition might be far more valuable than anyone ever imagined. Number 3. There is a United States $50 that looks extremely ordinary to almost everyone who sees it, a coin millions of Americans held in their hands without thinking twice. Yet the truth is that a tiny number of high-grade survivors have reached astonishing prices, and that coin is the ultra-rare 1976 no mint mark Kennedy $50 from Philadelphia. This special date was created to honor the 200th anniversary of American independence, and the United States Mint released a unique dual-date design featuring 1776 to 1976. Marking a historic celebration of the nation's founding and the legacy of President John F. Kennedy. The 1976 no mint mark Kennedy $50 is copper nickel clad over a solid copper core. It weighs 11.34 grams, and it measures 30.61 millimeters in diameter. Yet what makes this coin remarkable is not how it was made, but how few high-grade Philadelphia examples remain today. This coin became rare because almost everyone used their $50 for spending and saving change, which caused scratches, wear, and dull surfaces, and very few people protected rolls or stored brilliant mint state examples, making exceptional survivors scarce. To confirm your coin, check the obverse for the dual date 1776 to 1976 beneath the Kennedy portrait. Then look below the neck and notice there is no mint mark, because Philadelphia did not use mint marks on this circulating bicentennial issue. When checking for condition, tilt your coin under bright light and look for glowing fields with minimal marks. Then check Kennedy's hair above the ear for crisp detail, because strong luster and sharp lines are signs of mint state potential. Now turn to the reverse and examine the bicentennial design that features Independence Hall, with clean building details, crisp lettering, and clear window lines. because strong clarity in these elements suggests higher value and stronger grade quality. If your piece appears mint state, compare it to professionally certified examples to see if it matches sharp surfaces and bold strike quality. And if it looks promising, grading may confirm rarity and protect long-term value. Here is the part collectors wait for. The highest verified auction price for a 1976 no-mint Mark Kennedy half-dollar reached more than $9,000 for a superb certified mint state specimen. Offered by a major auction, a real result that shows serious demand for exceptional condition. If a perfect grade 1976 no-mint Mark Kennedy half-dollar ever surfaced with flawless surfaces and blinding luster, experts believe the value could reach well above $12,000. Because perfect preservation shocks the market every time, if a dramatic mint error appeared on this date, such as an off-center strike or a powerful double die, and if it were certified in high grade, the value could push past $15,000, because rarity and dramatic errors always bring excitement. So look closely at your 1976 no-mint Mark Kennedy half-dollar, because most are common, most are worn, and most are ordinary. Yet the right example in the right grade may be one of the most valuable bicentennial treasures ever discovered. Number 4. There is a modern Kennedy half-dollar that most people assume is common, yet in the highest certified grades it has brought surprisingly strong auction results and collector interest. And that coin is the 1997 Mint Mark Kennedy half-dollar. This coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint during a period when fewer collectors focused on modern circulation strikes. And although millions were struck for everyday use, only a very small number remain today with exceptional surfaces and original luster. The 1997 Kennedy half-dollar is copper nickel clad over a pure copper core. It weighs 11.34 grams, and it measures 30.61 millimeters in diameter. Yet its real significance lies not in those numbers but in how rare high-grade survivors have become. This date is scarce in top condition because most examples entered circulation and acquired contact marks, dull fields, and wear, and unlike key dates from earlier decades, most collectors did not save this issue in pristine rolls, which makes gem-quality pieces especially appealing. To confirm your coin, check the obverse for the bold 1997 date below President Kennedy's portrait, then look at the left side beneath the neck for the letter P. The mint mark that shows this piece was struck at the Philadelphia facility. When evaluating condition, tilt your coin under bright light to reveal how the fields reflect, then look for smooth surfaces with minimal distractions, because true collector grade depends on original luster, sharp strike, and absence of heavy marks. Now examine Kennedy's hair above the ear and the lettering in Liberty and half-dollar, because strong, crisp details without wear are signs of higher grade potential and greater eye appeal. If your piece looks crisp and lightly struck, compare it to certified auction images and consider professional grading, because certification can confirm gem quality and protect the value you hope to achieve. Here is the part serious collectors care about. The highest verified auction sale for a 1997 Kennedy half-dollar reached more than $15,000 for a certified superb gem, a real price paid in a major auction. If a perfect grade 1997 with flawless surfaces and blazing original luster ever appears, many experts believe its value could climb significantly higher, because perfection in modern dates is extremely difficult to find. If a dramatic mint error were discovered on this date, such as a major off-center strike or a strong double die that is certified in top grade, the value could push above $20,000, because dramatic mistakes combined with scarcity always excite collectors. So take a careful look at your 1997 Kennedy half-dollar, because although most are ordinary circulation pieces, the right example in the right condition might be one of the most sought-after modern half-dollars. Number 5. There is a United States Kennedy half-dollar that many people overlook, a coin that seems extremely common at first sight, yet in the highest certified grades it has brought real auction prices that few collectors expect, and that coin is the 1979 no-mint Mark Kennedy half-dollar from Philadelphia. This date was produced during a period when half-dollars circulated less often, and although millions were made, very few were saved in pristine condition, which makes high-grade examples from Philadelphia surprisingly scarce today. The 1979 no mint mark Kennedy half dollar is copper nickel clad over a pure copper core. It weighs 11.34 grams, and it measures 30.61 millimeters in diameter. But the true value comes from condition rarity, not metal content or mintage. This coin becomes rare because most pieces lost their original mint shine through handling, storage, friction, and coin counting machines, which created marks and dull patches that prevent top grading results, and only a limited number remain nearly flawless. To confirm this date, check the obverse for the bold 1979 year beneath the Kennedy portrait, and notice that there is no mint mark under the neck, because that blank space identifies Philadelphia production. When judging condition, tilt the coin under bright light and look for smooth, glowing fields with minimal marks. Then check Kennedy's hair above the ear for crisp detail. Because strong definition and mint luster separate common pieces from potential gems, now examine the reverse and focus on the eagle's wings, shield lines, and lettering around the rim. Because sharp clarity and clean surfaces are essential for collector-grade examples, especially when aiming for the highest certification levels. Once you have inspected the coin visually, compare it to certified images of high-grade examples, and if it appears extremely clean and bright, professional grading may confirm rarity and protect value. Here is the exciting part for collectors. The highest verified auction price for a 1979 no mint mark Kennedy half dollar reached more than $10,000 for a superb certified example offered in a major sale, a real number that shows the power of top condition. If a perfect grade 1979 no mint mark Kennedy half dollar were to appear with flawless surfaces and strong strike, many experts believe it could bring well above $12,000. Because perfection in modern dates is extremely rare, if a dramatic mint error surfaced on this date, such as a powerful off-center strike or major double die in mint state, the value could move past $15,000. Because dramatic errors combined with condition shock modern collectors. So take a closer look at your 1979 no mint mark Kennedy half dollar. Because what appears to be an ordinary modern half dollar may have the potential to become a standout prize in any United States collection. Number 6. There is a United States half dollar that most coin collectors pass by without a second thought, yet in the absolute highest certified grades it has brought real auction prices that surprise even seasoned numismatists. And that coin is the 1973 no mint mark Kennedy half dollar from Philadelphia. This date was produced during a time when the Kennedy half dollar was no longer widely used in circulation. And although millions were struck, very few examples survived. Decades untouched, which makes top quality survivors much more elusive than most people realize. The 1973 no mint mark Kennedy half dollar is copper nickel clad over a pure copper core. It weighs 11.34 grams, and it measures 30.61 millimeters in diameter. But its true rarity is hidden in condition and eye appeal rather than basic specifications. This half dollar becomes rare because most examples were handled, spent, or stored loosely in jars and pockets, which caused contact marks, dull fields, and loss of original luster, so coins that look nearly new are exceptionally scarce today. To confirm your coin, check the obverse for the bold 1973 date beneath President Kennedy's portrait, and notice that there is no mint mark under the neck, because Philadelphia did not place a mint letter on these circulating strikes at that time. When evaluating condition, tilt your coin under strong light and look for glowing fields free of heavy marks. Then examine Kennedy's hair above the ear for crisp lines, because shine and strong detail separate common pieces from high-grade examples. Now turn to the reverse and study the eagle's wings, shield lines, and rim lettering for clarity, because crisp details and clean surfaces are essential if you hope the coin might be a candidate for professional grading. If your piece looks exceptionally clean, compare it to certified examples and consider submitting it to a grading service. Because certification often confirms quality and protects value better than informal judgment alone. Here is the part that matters to serious collectors. The highest verified auction price for a 1973 no mint mark Kennedy half dollar reached more than $8,000 for a superb certified mint state example offered at a major auction, a real number that shows how condition drives value. If a perfect grade 1973 no mint mark Kennedy half dollar ever appears with flawless surfaces and blazing original luster, many experts believe its value could climb well above $10,000, because perfect preservation is extremely rare in modern issues. If a dramatic mint error were discovered on this date, such as a major off-center strike or a strong double die that is certified in top grade, the value could push past $12,000. Because dramatic mistakes combined with scarcity always excite collectors, so take a close look at your 1973 No Mint Mark Kennedy $half, because while most are ordinary circulation survivors, the right example in the right condition might be a hidden highlight in any American coin collection. Number 7. There is a United States coin that stands apart from almost every other $half in American history, a coin that honors Abraham Lincoln, celebrates a century of Illinois statehood, and became the first real portrait-style commemorative coin ever issued by the United States Mint, and that coin is the 1918 Illinois Centennial Lincoln $half. This remarkable piece came from a moment of pride and remembrance, because in 1918 America was celebrating 100 years since Illinois joined the Union, and the United States Mint produced a special $half to honor that milestone, with President Abraham Lincoln chosen as the central image on the obverse, linking Illinois to the leadership legacy that changed the nation forever. The 1918 Illinois $half was struck in 90.0% silver and 10.0% copper. It weighs 12.50 grams, and it measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter, yet its real power goes far beyond size and metal, because this coin represents American respect, wartime unity, and the cultural strength of Lincoln's story during the First World War. The obverse features a detailed portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right, inspired by the famous sculpture by Andrew O'Connor, and surrounding the portrait is the inscription Centennial of the State of Illinois. The year 1918, the word Liberty, and the motto In God We Trust, all placed in a classic circular layout that gives the coin a powerful visual presence. The reverse displays a majestic standing eagle with wings spread open, strong and confident, above inscriptions that include United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, $half, and Illinois, and the bold eagle pose was selected to symbolize the growing strength of the American nation at the end of the war years. The reason this coin is rare is not only its age but its original purpose, because most commemorative issues were sold to raise funds for celebrations, meaning many were handled, displayed, carried, and stored without long-term care, and fewer than 100,000 pieces survive today in high-grade condition. Collectors search for original luster, strong strike lines in Lincoln's hair and coat, crisp engraving in the eagle's wings, and clean fields without heavy contact marks. Because the right combination of detail and shine moves this coin far above ordinary value. If anyone owns a bright, lustrous, well-preserved 1918 Illinois $half, sending it for professional grading may identify true condition rarity, and certification also protects value and confirms authenticity for future collectors and buyers. Now here is the important part for serious numismatists. The highest verified auction price for this coin reached more than $25,000 for an exceptional certified specimen. A real result recorded by a major auction firm and a strong reflection of collector competition. If a perfect grade example ever appeared with flawless surfaces and powerful visual quality, experts believe it could reach far higher numbers, because early commemorative coins with perfect preservation are extremely scarce and bring tremendous attention in the marketplace. If a very rare striking error were confirmed, such as dramatic doubling or an unusual planchet flaw in high grade, that example could push values far beyond standard records, because errors combined with commemorative history are highly desirable. So take a close look at the 1918 Illinois Lincoln $half, because it is not just an old coin, it is a silver portrait of America's most iconic president, a celebration of state history, a symbol of wartime unity, and one of the most meaningful commemorative $half ever struck by the United States Mint. These 7 Kennedy $half prove that ordinary coins can hide life-changing value. If you own one, share your details in the comments, and tell us what you found. Like and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries every day, and your next treasure might be the one we talk about next.